afternoon. My name is Tony Pendergrass, and on behalf of San Juan College, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this press conference. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. First of all, we would like to thank Governor Martinez for joining us this afternoon. And thank you so much for supporting innovative partnerships here in New Mexico between colleges and universities. And we would like to also thank you for having such a presence in this part of the state. As many of you know, she was here just 2 weeks ago, and she spent 2 hours here at the college touring our facilities. So we really appreciate the time.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
First of all, we would like to introduce some individuals that are here with us this afternoon. We have Eric Spencer, representing the Public Education Department. He is the College and Career Director. We also have our Board of Trustees. We have Ken Hare, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, and Dr. Joe Pope. And we have our President Emeritus of 28 years, Dr. James Henderson. I'd also like for the members of our college leadership team to please stand and be recognized. We have Dr. Barbara Ake, David Epic, Russ Litke, Lisa Wilson, Dr. Nancy Shepard, Ron Jernigan, and Stacy Allen. I would also like for our deans to please stand. We have Randy Pacheco, Bill Lewis, Dr. Teddy Frias, Dr. Michael Ottinger, and Dr. Brad Purdy. Representing our associations here today, we have Lynn Ann Easley, Gordon Despain, and Denisa Knutson. The school board members that we have with us this afternoon, from the Farmington School District, we have Robin Hoffman, Kyle Rhodes, and Bill Young. From Aztec, we have Wayne Ritter, and from Bloomfield, we have Dale Mays. We also have our state legislators. Several of them have joined us this afternoon. We have Sharon Klossa-Shillage, Representative Strickler, and Representative Rod Montoya. We also have Senator Steve Neville. Next, we would like to recognize our very distinguished guests on the panel. We have Kirk Carpenter from Aztec Municipal Schools, Kim Mizell from Bloomfield Schools, Superintendent, and Eugene Smith from Farmington. We would also like to extend a special thanks to our county commissioners, city councilors, and all the elected officials that are here with us today that give us their gift of service and time to this wonderful community. I would also like to introduce Casey Crotty, the CEO of the Independent Practice Association, who's joined us today. And if I've left anybody out, I'm sorry. You can please stand and I will recognize you. It's kind of hard when you're trying to catch all these people in the room. Nationally, early college high schools have a graduation rate on average of 90%, which is tremendous. We are thrilled that we were able to obtain a $349,000 planning grant between the college, Farmington, and Aztec school districts for the establishment of an early college high school, which will begin in the fall of 2016. We received this grant from the PED, and we're so excited that they are recognizing national best practices in education. I would like to let all of you know how this evolved. Last fall, in November, all of the school boards, the college board members, the deans and directors, the association leadership, we met with some practitioners and superintendents, vice chancellors, and principals to talk about the great successes and challenges that they've had with early college high schools. And as a result of that meeting, we decided to meet. In addition, every month the superintendents meet, every month all the principals meet to advance our initiatives. But in addition to that meeting, we met for about 5 hours and in more of a retreat setting and decided, is this in the best interest of our youth here in San Juan County? And we decided that it was. So we decided to contact all of our industry partners, many of them, and immediately, as always, they stepped right up to the plate and offered their support to San Juan College. I would like to recognize those that have provided unwavering support, and they've offered to provide job shadowing opportunities, mentoring, and internships to these early college high school students. So we have from the hospital, San Juan Regional Medical Center, John Buffington, the Chief Operating Officer, Arvin Trujillo and Thomas Livingston from Arizona Public Service Company. I know Arvin's here. Jeff Howell, President of Citizens Bank, who's with us today. Curtis Gurley from Aztec Well Servicing. Curtis. Brian Turner from Morgan Stanley. T. Greg Marion from Marion Oil and Gas. Kyle Rhodes, President of PESCO. And Dave Brown from BP America. The Early College High School will provide an extremely unique opportunity for this county's youth. Our vision for the Early College High School is that they will enter as 9th grade students. And when they complete their senior year, they will earn their associate's degree about 2 weeks before they earn their high school diploma. But we're taking this one step further. And we want them to either be admitted into a university or have a job offer at that same time. Now, we've established 3 career clusters or pathways for these students, and it was based on economic modeling data. They are health and biosciences, energy and environmental technology, and business services. So within business services, that includes business, information technology, but also a teacher preparation track so we can grow our own teachers in this wonderful community, and also general education for those students that want to transfer on to a baccalaureate granting institution. During the planning year of the grant, we plan to hire 4 individuals: an early college high school principal, a counselor, an administrative assistant, and a dual credit early college liaison from the college. During this first planning grant year that we're in right now, we will also develop some professional development opportunities and also a recruitment process for those students that will be admitted next fall. There will be 20 students from Farmington, 10 from Aztec, and 10 from Bloomfield admitted the first year. We know that this is a proven strategy. In fact, during our May graduation ceremonies this year, we had 8 students that graduated with their associate's degree before they earned their high school diploma. Many of you know that we've been partnering with Harper College during the past 2 years. And earlier this month, we were invited by the president of Harper College, Ken Hare, John Thompson, Gail Dean, and Kirk Carpenter, and I had the opportunity to travel to Chicago, Illinois, and we met with Arnie Duncan, the U.S. Secretary of Education, and he was extremely interested in what is happening in this community with the early college high school and with other initiatives. And we just want to thank all of you for everything that you do in this community, because the establishment of this early college high school wouldn't have been possible without the superintendents, the district personnel, our industry partners, and the outstanding faculty and staff we have here at San Juan College. So thank you so much. And now it is my pleasure, and it's truly an honor, to introduce to all of you the governor of this great state of New Mexico, Susana Martinez. Thank you.
you so much. I have never heard it said better. That is amazing. And I want to thank you, Dr. Pendergrass. I was here 2 weeks ago and toured the entire facility. To see a facility like this here in Farmington, one of a kind. And I had several folks that were with me when they gave me the tour and said there will be people coming here from all over the world for the certificate on processing crude oil. That is amazing to have one of a kind right here in this county. And it was a public-private partnership. We put in, the state put in dollars, fundraising from the community, and of course the school did. And so now we have an amazing facility, and now we have to make sure that there is an amazing workforce that will come here and have the opportunities to do and be anything that they want. It's a pleasure, of course, always to come to San Juan County. I call it my second home. I come here often to visit friends and be with friends. But the Early College High School will be here on this campus. And I'll tell you one thing that's so important. When I was running for office, there were take it back, there was one early college high school. I didn't understand what they were talking about. It was in Las Cruces at the Arrowhead. And I want to give a really big shout out to the superintendent, Stan Rounds, who with the higher education, public education, and the business community pulled together and started their very first early college high school. And when I was running for office, the board pulled me aside and they said, "You've got to hear about this." I said, "I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about. Is this dual credit? What is it?" And they explained it to me. And I said, "Oh, we have got to duplicate that. And we have to duplicate it all over the state. We can't have it in certain parts of the state because then we don't give the same opportunity to all the kids." Then Superintendent Stan Rounds, along with the business community and higher education, pulled together and are on the road for their second early college high school, which is concentrating on healthcare. So many of these early college high schools concentrate in the area of what industry is around them, where they can do internships and be able to get a job, a high-paying job, because of the education that they've learned in a short period of time. So just having been here a few weeks ago, and I was here to discuss the 2015 energy policy and the implementation plan, which is a roadmap for fully harnessing our energy resources. This was the perfect place to do it, to make that announcement, because we will be creating jobs and helping secure our energy independence. This is one state that has it all. We are energy rich, mineral rich, the sun, the wind. We have it all in one state, and we need to embrace it. At the same time, make sure that we are taking care of our environment, and I know we do in so many ways because you live here. You live here and work here and do maximize on our energy, and you want to be able to pass that along to your children and your grandchildren, knowing that the environment is pristine as you found it. I also talked about the importance of developing our state workforce when I was here and helping students prepare for careers in science, technology, energy, and environmental technologies. And that's where early college high schools come into play, because the students who attend one of these schools have an amazing opportunity to earn a single high school diploma, just K through 12, going to get a high school diploma and college credit at the same time. And many of them will graduate and have earned a certificate a work-ready certificate, or an associate's degree. I mean, how many of us graduated from high school and said, now what? You had to keep going. Here you do both at the same time. So you're graduating at 18 with a job-ready certificate or an associate's degree and your diploma. What's more amazing is many students are graduating with their associate's degree first, and then their high school diploma 2 weeks later. The bottom line is these kids are graduating ready to enter the workforce. We saw the incredible impact that early college high schools can have when we launched our first one a few years ago in Doñana County. And you heard Dr. Pendergrass say that the norm is about 90% graduation rate. From that first early college high school, Arrowhead Park, their graduation rate was over 98%. Those are amazing numbers that all the kids are graduating. I'll tell you, I was there when I was visiting the school. I was going from student to student because they were doing some science courses, and there was a 16-year-old there. And these are at-risk kids. These are not all the best and the brightest, because they can do a lot of things on their own, and we're going to keep pushing them to do better as well. But a lot of these students are at-risk kids. And this child had had a baby. She was 16 years old. And she had had her baby 2 weeks before. And she was seated at her desk, taking her courses. She did not let that stop her. She knew she had to complete, and she graduated. She knew she had to complete that now, even more so for the sake of that child that she had. So the bottom line is these kids really are graduating ready to enter the workforce. We saw the incredible impact that early college high schools have, and I'm going to say that again because it's amazing. Arrowhead Park has a graduation rate of over 98%. I'm not sure you can point to a single school in this state that has that type of graduation rate, because these early college high schools work. And now to see 3 districts pulling together, sort of a regional early college high school, that's even better, because you have 3 school districts that are going to benefit and have an opportunity. And when we consider the preliminary data collected from more than 5,400 early college high school graduates from around the country, it is clear that we must expand this model throughout the entire state. More than 23% of graduates earned an associate's degree or technical certificate. 77% went on to pursue some form of post-secondary education. More than half of students earned 2 or more years of college credits. Keep in mind, they're still in high school. And the average graduation rate for all 240 schools participating in the Early College High School Initiative was 84%. New Mexico did an amazing job and surpassed that average graduation rate of 84%. It is something for New Mexico to be very, very proud of. So early college high schools bring the business community, of course, and the local educators together to better prepare our students for college and the workforce. And the requirements are tough, as they should be. We issued a challenge to our school districts to submit competitive proposals for an award to launch their own early college high schools. Tell us how you're going to do it. Tell us what the standards are. Tell us what the outputs are. Let us know where that child's going to be when they're 19. Let us know that they are ready for a job or to continue on to get their bachelor's degree. Applicants have to demonstrate they have the backing and active participation, and I mean active participation, of the local business community. I've always felt you're the ones that are pushing and saying we need more techs of this kind. We need more engineers of that kind. We need more of this type of employee. because really that's who they're going to go work for, is you. And so that's what happened down in Doñana County. The business community was not receiving the type of graduates that they needed from either the high school or the 2-year institutions or 4-year institutions. And finally said, I need more engineer techs. I can get plenty of engineers, I just don't have the techs. And I need more techs. And they listened. And that's why I give a great big shout out to the superintendent, because he has made it a reality down there. At first, not so easy. But once everybody got together in the same room, the stakeholders figured out how it was going to work, and at the end of the day, it's going to benefit our students. And that's exactly what Dr. Pendergrass said. Is this in the best interest of our students? Every single sentence when it comes to education should start with, is this going to benefit our students? When the answer is yes, then the communication can continue and the development of how are we going to do that. So partners commit to help guiding students through high school and the steps beyond graduation. Whether that means students are entering into the workforce with a relevant industry recognized credential or going on to earn a post-secondary degree. I'm proud to say that the Four Corners Educational Council for Student Success was awarded $346,441 during the 2015-2016 school year to launch its Early College High School initiative. The initiative reflects 3 districts, and this is going to be the first of its kind. So, no pressure. No pressure there that we're putting 3 districts into 1. But I think if you can prove this, we can do it again. Where are there districts that are close, clump them together, and then be able to be successful with those early college high schools instead of having one for this little community and that little community and this, but when we can clump them together because they're close enough, you're going to be the example. Farmington, Aztec, and Bloomfield. Students from all 3 districts will have access. This amazing program will focus on critical career pathways in some of our fastest growing industries: healthcare, business services, and energy and environmental technologies. What's more, this program targets students from each of the 3 participating districts who might not otherwise attend or complete college. So they are sometimes our kiddos that don't think beyond the 12th grade or even sometimes the 11th grade and won't graduate. And so this is the type of school where we challenge them and make sure that they understand, why do I have to know that math? Well, you have an internship with this business that deals a lot with math. And now you can connect the dots and say, oh, that's why I need to learn this. Because then it allows me to move forward with this project and understand why it works. Because someone gave me an opportunity to have an internship to connect those dots, to be able to understand why that math was important. It wasn't just a requirement in high school. And so, as I've said before, when students know that they want to work in the environmental technology field or as nurses or teachers, we should do everything that we can to get there so that they can start their career and bring that great enthusiasm and excitement with them as they enter the workforce or continue their education at one of our higher education institutions. I am so thrilled that the Four Corners Early College High School will welcome 40 freshmen in the fall of 2016 and continue to grow every year thereafter. We anticipate as many as 160 students will be enrolled by the year 2019-2020 school year, while maintaining a 13-to-1 student-teacher ratio. And students will be able to get the full higher education experience because they will have access to San Juan College facilities, resources, and services. We should all be so proud of this amazing program. And I am grateful to everyone who has been involved in creating this incredible resource right here in San Juan. And now it's an experiment that I am positive is going to just blow the doors open to other communities that are close in proximity and give these opportunities to our kiddos. In the last years, we've provided over $1.4 million in startup funding for 11 early college high schools in New Mexico. So right now, keep in mind, when I was running for office the first time, there was one. We now have 11 early college high school startups. What an incredible difference we can make when we all come together to help our kids succeed. And to make sure we continue to build on this momentum, I plan to include additional funding for special initiatives in my budget proposals for the next year. I'm committed to my kids. Because you, as educational leaders, put our students first. Thousands and thousands of students for generations to come will be prepared for a lifetime of success. And when you say a lifetime of success, you always hear, they are our future. Well, our future should be better than us in every single way. They should be better than we were, taught better than we were, be better than we were. And that is why we are thinking different, so that we can make sure they have that opportunity to just make New Mexico soar like it deserves. I thank all of you, the business community, the educational community, parents, the students who are going to do all the hard work, the leadership at the schools for taking on this challenge. I just know I'm going to be back here. We're going to hear 100% graduation rates, and we're going to hear that everyone has taken their associate's degree. And guess what? They don't have to pay for it. They don't have these loans that are wrapped around their neck. Because when you go to high school, we pay for high school. You take an associate's degree at the same time that you are in a early college high school, you don't have to pay for that either. The state does. And so you don't graduate with these huge loans. You graduate prepared for the workforce. And so thank you for your willingness and your courage to do what is being done around the state. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Governor Martinez, for your remarks. And now I'd like to introduce Kirk Carpenter, the Superintendent of the Aztec Public Schools.
I would just like to open up by saying thank you for your vision. And we always hear that you can't keep doing the same things in education, and you haven't. I think the old cliche is, can't say the word, but the saying of, if you always do the same things you've always done, you'll get what you've always got, and you haven't done that. And we can't keep doing the same thing in education, so thank you.
You're welcome.
And I would just also like to publicly thank Janet Hunter and Lori Gruel for the grant writing they did. I know they're probably in this room because we wouldn't be standing up here. I think we're up here reaping all the benefit, but for all the hard work. If they're in here, if they would stand up for a second, please.
It's grant writing, buddy.
And I appreciate them sending it to me and asking if I would look over it and give any edits. I think they just humbled me, because anybody that knows how I write, they wouldn't have sent it to me. And I need to correct something. There'll only be 9 Aztec students because I'm taking one of the spots. Over the last 2 years, really, the planning in this has been tremendous. And it's been, we got a lot of planning still ahead. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be successful. And I think it was very appropriate when you said Farmington, Aztec, and Bloomfield, and said it in that order, because if you think about those 3 letters, the first letter is F-A-B, it's the beginning of fabulous, because I think that's what this is going to be. And it hadn't been easy. We've had some crucial conversations, and I think we're going to have some more. But I think what we've done in the 2 years has been very careful planning, and it's been planning that we've taken baby steps on purpose, because this is about kids. And it's been something that what we've done is we've removed the district boundaries and thrown them out. And what we brought in is collaboration. It started with 2 other superintendents, then the colleagues over here. It started with Joe Razor and Janelle Ryan, and we never missed a beat. And it was for the right reasons. Because it's not about us in this room, it's about kids. And when you have kids at the focus and think about improved learning for all kids and think about their future because they're our future, then we don't get in the way, and we never will. Disney, if you think about the Walt Disney and what he did with Disneyland and Disney World, he built something for kids, and that's what we're doing. The blue sky ideas. What do we need to do for kids? And if we think about that, then this is going to be exactly that. It's going to be something that's right for kids and something that's right for education in New Mexico. And that's what we have the ability to do. Because when we leave education in this great state, because this is a great state, in fact, it's the greatest state in our country, and there's a lot of great things happening in education. Too bad that the news isn't in this room and taking pictures of this, because this is what needs to be put on TV, because this is what's right with education in our great state. Because these are the things that we need to capture. And there are a lot of counties in this state, but there's only one San Juan County, and that's why this is going to work. We know that there are 3 rivers that come into this county that meet, and there are 3 districts that are going to put this thing together and do something magical for students. And it's because of the colleagues, and we have a lot of work to do. And there are a lot of questions that we still have to answer on how exactly this is going to work, but what I can assure you is it's going to work, because we're not going to let egos get in the way, we're not going to let financial things get in the way, because at the end of the day, we know that kids are what we're working for, and that's who we work for. And so thank you to everybody in this room that's making this work, that has made this work so far, to all the businesses, the community, the college, the administrators, and everybody in this room. And what I want to assure you is this is going to work, because it is what's right for education and it's what's right for kids.
Thank you, Kirk. And thank you, Governor. When you made the comment a moment ago about pressure, I will say that the pressure is accepted.
Okay, all right, we're on.
Let me talk a little bit about the governor, and I think that she was very humble in her remarks about her belief in public education and the many accomplishments that she has done. But throughout her career, her both terms in office, Governor Martinez has made the creation of early college high schools an important priority in her education agenda. In the process, she has opened the door for new generations of students throughout New Mexico to not only participate in a college experience, but in the process, she has helped business and industry develop closer partnerships with higher education. Governor, I have great confidence that today will be long remembered as yet another important moment in your educational legacy to not only the state of New Mexico, but the Four Corners region as well. To the group, I will say that this is my 3rd venture into an early college, high school world, having started a program in the state of Washington and having partnered with Governor Martinez and Mr. Spencer for an early college high school program in Los Alamos. Lessons learned from those endeavors clearly demonstrated that students who might be at risk of dropping out suddenly found the motivation to not only complete high school, but also graduate from the early college high school that they were attending. Many would graduate career-ready, and still more went on to graduate from 4-year colleges and institutions. As a believer in the early college high school, I am here to say that great things happen when students achieve their dream of going to an early college high school world. This will be especially true for students that attend our early college high school. Our school is unique in that it is based on a course cluster that leads graduates to real-world careers in the STEM field of engineering and medicine and education. Let me close by saying that early college high school initiatives like ours take imagination and courage. Ours is a new model of education with a new kind of learning. These school districts that collaborated creatively with San Juan College have broken down traditional school borders, and in the process focused attention on developing a unique educational opportunity for students to become more successful in high school and in college. As we move forward from today, it is my privilege to invite all current 8th graders in the 4 corners to consider applying to become a graduate of our early college high school class of 2020, which, by the way, has a really cool ring to it, class of 2020. In closing, I want to offer special thanks to the leadership of Dr. Pendergrast, Kurt Carpenter, Kim Mizell, for their leadership and vision in making this early college high school a reality. I also want to, like Kurt Carpenter, express my gratitude and that of our community to Janet Hunter and Lori Gruhl, who wrote this application on behalf of our school districts. And with that, it is my privilege to introduce Dr. Kim Mizell, Bloomfield School District.
It's my pleasure to be here today. I have had the opportunity to listen to Governor Martinez several times, and she moves me every single time. Her passion to education is very clear, and I have been a person that has taken advantage of every opportunity the state has offered, and I'm paying attention to everything that you're doing and providing. This is one that is an incredible opportunity for first-generation students to go to college. These children need the opportunity open to them to provide that experience. In the past, many public schools overlooked them. It is important for us to focus on that opportunity for them to get an education that is high quality and also provides them with an opportunity to get an associate's degree or a certification in business, in health and bioscience, and energy, and also education. I am very excited to be up here today because of those outcomes that we're looking for. These are the goals that we want to bring to all of your attention to provide that opportunity for those students to gain the experience of getting a good education and getting a good high-paying job and also pursuing postgraduate education. So please afford us this wonderful experience, and I appreciate all the people that have been involved in the discussion. I was a person that transitioned as a new incoming superintendent for Bloomfield Schools, started participating in those conversations, and it took a leap of faith and faith in my colleagues, particularly Kurt Carpenter and Dr. Schmidt and Dr. Pendergrast, that we can make this work. It's what needs to happen for the students. And also, I appreciate the vision of our governor. And so it is also my pleasure to introduce the PED College Director of, Career Director, Eric Spencer. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Thank you very much. Governor Martinez, I must say that you too move me. In the work that you do and the support that you provide, your dedication and your advocacy for programs like this, the Early College High School, the Workforce Readiness Program, dual credit, advanced placement, because these do provide the opportunities for our kids to propel them forward and move into engaging and meaningful work to support themselves and their families. And the benefits that are reaped from the business community as well are tremendous when they don't have to retool what we couldn't do in a high school. And so for that, as a citizen of New Mexico and an employee of the Public Education Department, I truly, truly thank you. Also, who's not here today is Secretary Hannah Scandera of the Public Education Department. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank her either for her leadership and her dedication to the New Mexico Graduates Now initiative, where we do support those programs that, Governor, you advocate for, of advanced placement, dual credit, early college high schools, workforce readiness programs, and not to forget the early warning system to ensure that we can detect those students and provide services before they do drop out of school and engage them in meaningful programs like workforce readiness or early college high schools. So early college means early success for students. And it's this partnership of the Four Corners Early College High School that is an exciting venture that we know will certainly propel those students to early success and a positive impact on the local economy. As previously stated by President Pendergrass, these students will engage in career pathways that are related to business services, health and biosciences, engineering, and environmental technologies, all of which I must say are priority industry sectors for the state of New Mexico, and a phenomenal job for connecting education to the economy. Through this opportunity, students will surely develop their academic and their occupational skills through a sequence of courses and assessments that are delineated in their next step plan. And it's through this plan, the next step plan, that New Mexico students can meet their robust graduation requirements, engage in academic and career technical education integration of secondary and post-secondary experiences, leading to industry validated and accepted certifications, college credits, and associate's degrees. The College and Career Readiness Bureau of the New Mexico Public Education Department strives to ensure that opportunities are provided for all New Mexico students to engage in meaningful and purposeful education to achieve their college and their employment goals, and to support all of those in the system, like you in the audience, that make it happen. Launching the Four Corners Early College High School is one more step in achieving that goal. Recently, Early College High School Initiative Impact Study conducted by the American Researchers Institute found that early college high school students had a greater opportunity than their peers to not just attend, but to graduate from college. They also appear to be on a different trajectory for academic performance, and early college high school students earning those degrees at higher rates than comparison students not involved in the early college system. And in addition to that, early colleges appear to mitigate that traditional educational attainment gap between those students that are perceived or designated as being advanced or advantaged versus disadvantaged. And the early college high school is a way to close that gap. The business and industry, I must say that your participation in early college high school design is extremely critical. Your experience will inform what teachers teach with regard to the qualifications of what students should know and be able to do. Your participation in the during of student work will bring relevance to the work that they do in the classroom, and also the job shadowing and mentoring experiences that you provide will motivate many to participate in that particular career path and truly know exactly what they're getting in before they say that they want to get there. And finally, the projected 160 students to enroll in the Four Corners Early College High School will benefit from early college experiences beyond their high school experience. And we look forward to these benefits to continue for our great state. The New Mexico Public Education Department stands ready to assist this partnership in whatever way we can. And congratulations, truly, congratulations on the development of an extraordinary opportunity for our students. Thank you.
I hope you are as excited as we are about the establishment of an early college high school. And I encourage all of you to be part of this wonderful initiative. Thank you so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate it.